Hello, everyone. Welcome to Neelix's Kitchen. I am your host, NB Geek. Excuse me there. So, I'm going to do a quick review of two movies I have recently seen: Zombieland Double Tap and Army of the Dead. One is absolutely hilarious, fun, doesn't take itself seriously, has a lot of heart, humor, and is just thoroughly enjoyable to watch. The other is Army of the Dead. So I'm going to go through Army of the Dead first because it's the lesser of the two movies. So what we have, you have an army transport that's got the zombie in there, this 28-day later zombie in there, but yet they get into an accident, the frickin' back falls off, and somehow they just let this thing run around back there the whole time. No restraints, no nothing. The soldiers all get killed. This thing goes into Vegas. They're somehow able to contain it in Vegas, and everybody is fine, moving on. And you have this mercenary group led by Dave Bautista's character. And the whole point is it's supposed to be a robbery. They're supposed to go in, steal $200 million, or recover $200 million under the insurance because, this guy wants money and he's going to split it up among his people. First off, if anybody bought this was a simple heist movie and there wasn't more to it, I'm sorry, that was a very easy thing to figure out. So he recruits all these other folks that are excited to go. He's got an estranged daughter who's working in the quarantine zone. She's one of these holier than thous, everything, doesn't like her dad's job, past whatever. And the whole movie just goes through, and it's like beat by the numbers going on, trying to come up with something more interesting, like, oh, we've got these alpha zombies, which, yeah, the Queen and Zeus were actually the more interesting characters than the humans, and they barely was anything really done about them. So you came up with this new concept of zombies that you designed. You were making them smarter, and you basically did very little dialogue on it. I'm sure you were kind of hoping for a sequel. I don't think you're going to get it. It was just that boring. None of the characters are relatable. None of them are fun. None of them are anybody you'd root for. This was supposed to be a heist movie, which ultimately the twist comes in. Turns out that's not what they really wanted. They wanted one of the alphas. And, there was a subversion there that I saw coming a freaking mile away. Everybody pretty much who went on this heist for the money reasons are all dead or get bitten. It was very predictable, very by the numbers. I really did not feel anything for any of the characters. Couldn't have cared less when any of them died at all. I didn't care about any of the characters, the story. It just wasn't there for me. Then you go into Zombieland Double Tap. We're picking up on a sequel. It's 6 years after the events. We got Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, Little Rock. They're in the White House. It's 6 years later. Little Rock's starting to grow up. She wants to spend time with other people. She wants, to explore. Okay, understandable. Wichita gets a little cold feet from Columbus's proposal, so they do what they do best. They take off. And then eventually Little Rock runs into a hippie and takes off with him and leaves which I thought was funny. I really thought that was hilarious there. So she comes back. You find, Columbus met Madison. She's a ditzy blonde who's been alive for a while. And there's that whole scene where she's trying to get down his pants, and he's like trying to be the chivalrous person. And she's like, look, I've been alone for a long time in a freezer. We're either doing this or I'm biting the bullet and doing the old guy. Point of the matter was, she's just like, I know what I want. Let's do this. I was not surprised that it turned out she did not get zombified. It was a peanut allergy. I noticed how when she ate it, all of a sudden that stuff started to happen. I started noticing. I was like, I bet she's having an allergic reaction. So that was interesting. That was fun. The storyline progresses. They're getting to Babylon. And then we run across people like Rosario Dawson's character, Luke Wilson's character. And, at least these characters, when some of them die, you actually feel for them. You kind of enjoyed their short amount of time on there, which was fine. I enjoyed it. The movie, progresses through. They get to the point. They make it to Babylon. They find a place of peace. Yes, it's a little hippie utopia in some ways, but, hey, this is something they haven't seen in a long time. But they get through, we get through the final battles, everything goes well. Our group really realizes they come together as a family. Tallahassee and Nevada seem to have something going there, so that's interesting. Wichita accepts his proposal. And, and Little Rock got a little bit of time out in the world to experience and branch out. I thought it was fun. Hey, I really thought the best part was the whole Bill Murray part coming in at the end saying, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm the guy who killed Bill Murray. Here you go. And Bill Murray just does this badass thing. That was fun. So they upgraded their zombies in this one in a fun way. You had your Homers, you had your Hawkins, you had your T-800s. I mean, this was kind of fun to say. There it goes. No, it's a Homer. It's a Homer. Don't waste a bullet on it. They've got some smart fun. It was a very smart, witty, fun zombie movie. Whereas Army of the Dead seemed like it was trying to take itself seriously, and if it was trying to do laxed, it failed miserably. So if I'm going to recommend one or the other, I'm going to say take Zombieland. It is definitely the way to go if you want to watch a fun zombie movie with some heart and humor. That being said, that's my thought on Zombieland Double Tap and Army of the Dead in under 9 minutes.